Welcome back to our channel, everyone! Today is Wednesday, an absolutely beautiful day, and we are so beyond ready to dive into the latest Port Charles madness with all of you. Grab your favorite snacks, settle in somewhere comfortable, and let's talk about the absolute emotional roller coaster we just witnessed. We literally cannot wait to unpack every single detail of this wild ride. Oh my god, I am screaming. I am literally typing this so fast, my fingers are actually cramping up because I cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen to me. You guys know I've been watching this show religiously, and I thought I was emotionally prepared for anything they could throw at us, but my jaw actually dropped to the floor today. I was eating dinner and literally choked on my food. I had to pause the screen, put my plate down, and text my best friend immediately in all caps because what is even happening? I am still shaking! The drama is so intense, and I honestly feel like I need a support group to process what just went down at General Hospital. Oh wait, before that happened, actually, let me back up because I keep remembering things out of order and my brain is just firing on all cylinders. So, remember the crash? The absolute nightmare on Route 91? I forgot to mention earlier, but I need to set the scene so you understand the gravity of this. They were literally making out. Jordan and Curtis were in the car, and Jordan took her eyes off the road to passionately kiss Curtis, which is insane, by the way, who does that while driving at night on a dark road. And boom, the fiery crash happens. They swerve, the car is wrecked, it's a whole disaster, and Valentine literally had to help pull her unconscious body from the burning wreckage. So Jordan has been in this deep, terrifying coma ever since they brought her into the ER. And Curtis has been losing his absolute mind. The man has been pacing the halls of GH looking like he hasn't slept in a decade, completely terrified that he was going to lose her right after they finally got back together. And honestly, I felt so bad for him. I was yelling at my screen like, "Wake up, Jordan, please! You guys just found your way back to each other. You cannot die now." The tension was literally unbearable. I was biting my nails down to the quick, just waiting for a sign of life. Okay, where was I? Right, so she finally wakes up. The moment we have all been waiting for. The monitors are beeping steadily, the lighting in the hospital room is all dim and moody, and her eyes finally flutter open. I am holding my breath. I actually stopped breathing in real life. Curtis rushes to the side of the bed. He's crying, I'm crying, we're all crying. He looks so unbelievably relieved, right? Like the love of his life is finally back from the brink of death and they can finally start their happily ever after. He reaches for her hand, looking at her with so much love it actually made my heart ache. But then, she looks at him. And you guys, the look on her face, it was completely blank. Like she was looking at a total stranger who just walked in off the street. She actually shrinks back, pulling her hand away, full of caution and fear. And she has absolutely no idea who he is. I'm dead. I actually stopped breathing. My soul left my body. The way she looked at him with zero recognition, it was the most heartbreaking thing I have ever seen on television. The doctors come rushing in and explain the situation, and it turns out that the massive gash on her face from the crash? Yeah, it caused a severe traumatic brain injury, a literal TBI, and it completely wiped her memory. She doesn't remember the crash, she doesn't remember their passionate reunion, she doesn't remember the kiss that literally caused the accident in the first place. The irony is honestly too much for me to handle. The very kiss that distracted her and almost killed them is now completely erased from her brain. She has no idea they were back together. She has no idea she loves him. Curtis is completely shattered. You can physically see the man's heart break into a million pieces right there on screen. Why would the writers do that? He pulled her out of a burning car, risked his own life, sat by her bedside begging the universe to let her live, and now she looks at him like he's the guy delivering her hospital food. It's so dramatic. I was literally sobbing. He looks so lost and devastated, and honestly, I am personally offended on his behalf. He deserves a break. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, I need to talk about the hospital room for a second because I keep getting distracted by the details. The way they shot this scene was so cinematic. Curtis is just standing there in his rumpled clothes, looking so helpless, and Jordan is sitting up in the bed, looking terrified and small, which is so unlike her because she's usually such a strong, badass character. Seeing her so vulnerable and confused gave me absolute chills. It just feels so real, like these are real people and my friends are going through a tragedy. Okay, but here is where things get completely unhinged. Enter Portia Robinson. Honestly, do not even get me started on Portia right now. I cannot even deal with her. She is Jordan's doctor. Yes, you heard that right. The woman who is literally her romantic rival, the woman who has so much messy history with Curtis, is the one treating Jordan's severe brain injury. The audacity. The absolute conflict of interest. Why is she even allowed in that room? I was screaming at the TV. Portia is doing her job, sure. She's checking the charts, shining the little penlight in Jordan's eyes, acting all professional and doctor-like. But I can see the wheels turning in her head. I am calling it right now. This is going to end badly. You can see it in her eyes. She is standing there, looking at a woman who doesn't remember the man they both love, and you just know she is thinking about how this benefits her. Portia is literally struggling with her medical ethics right in front of our eyes. Because deep down, and she won't admit this out loud to anyone, but we all know it, mark my words, she is secretly hoping Jordan never gets her memory back. She wants Jordan to stay amnesiac forever so that Curtis will finally give up, realize it's a lost cause, and come running back to her. I was like, are you serious? She needs to get it together, I swear. You are a doctor, Portia. You took an oath! Not okay. I am so mad at her right now. It is so incredibly messy, and I am living for it, but also hating it. Portia is standing there holding a stethoscope, literally saving the life of the woman who stole her man, while simultaneously praying to the universe that the TBI is permanent. The absolute drama of it all, I can't breathe. She is playing this twisted game of being the supportive doctor and the supportive friend to Curtis, all while secretly plotting her path back into his heart. It is unhinged behavior, and I am honestly terrified of what she might do if Jordan starts to remember. Will she hide the progress? Will she tell Curtis to back off for medical reasons? I wouldn't put it past her. Wait, I completely forgot to even mention how this is going to affect the rest of the family. Like, think about Trina for a second. I was just sitting here thinking about her and my heart broke all over again. Trina just found out about the accident. She was already panicking, thinking it was Portia and the baby, and now she has to find out that her stepmother figure has completely lost her memory? Trina loves Jordan. And to see Curtis, the man she looks up to as a father, completely destroyed by this, it's going to tear the whole family apart. And Portia is right in the middle of it. If Trina ever finds out that her own mother is secretly hoping Jordan stays amnesiac so Portia can swoop back in and claim Curtis, oh my god, the betrayal, the fallout would be absolutely catastrophic. Trina would never forgive her. I am literally spiraling just thinking about all the interconnected drama here. The writers really outdid themselves with this web of absolute chaos. But wait, it gets worse. Because I suddenly realized something else that made my blood run cold. Jen Sidwell. Remember him? The completely ruthless, terrifying villain who wants to destroy everyone and is currently plotting against Sunny and basically the whole town? Yeah, well, Jordan was secretly investigating him before the crash. She was building a case, she was onto him, she was a threat. And now, she doesn't remember him. She doesn't remember the investigation, the danger, the stakes, nothing. Jordan is in the most vulnerable state possible right now. She's lying in a hospital bed, her memory is wiped, she doesn't know who her friends or enemies are. Sidwell could literally just walk into her room dressed as a janitor or a visiting doctor and she wouldn't even blink. He is absolutely going to use this amnesia to his advantage. He is going to slither his way into her life, maybe pretend to be someone he's not, or just use her confusion to neutralize the threat she posed to him. He could feed her lies! He could manipulate her! And don't even get me started on the whole Sidwell situation again because my brain just keeps looping back to it. This man is so dangerous. He literally had Marco Rios murdered by Ross Cullum and is out here plotting against Sunny and anyone who gets in his way. He has zero morals. None. So the idea of him walking into Jordan's hospital room, looking at her while she has no idea who he is, and just feeding her a completely fake narrative? It makes me sick to my stomach. He could tell her they were friends. He could tell her Curtis is the enemy. Oh my god, what if he convinces amnesiac Jordan that Curtis is the bad guy? I literally just thought of that and now I am panicking. That would be the most twisted, unhinged storyline ever, and I would absolutely hate it, but I would also watch every single second of it. My anxiety is through the roof. The danger she is in is actually insane. I am so stressed out about this. She is a sitting duck. She has no memory of her own strength, her own skills as an investigator, or the people who want to hurt her. And Sidwell is so calculating, he is definitely going to see this as a golden opportunity. I am literally pacing my living room just thinking about it. Someone needs to put a guard on her door, 24/7. I swear, if Sidwell gets his hands on her while she's like this, I am going to riot. But let me end on a slightly positive note before I actually lose my mind completely and throw my remote at the wall. Curtis is not giving up. He made this big, dramatic, beautiful vow that he is going to stay by her side no matter what. He pulled up a chair, sat down next to her bed, and basically silently promised that he will wait forever for her to remember him. It was so iconic. I was sobbing into my pillow. He is being the ultimate loyal partner. Even though she looks at him like a stranger, he is just going to patiently sit there, take care of her, and protect her. He is going to be her shield against Sidwell, and hopefully against Portia's messy vibes too. He is going to try to make her fall in love with him all over again if he has to. Honestly, it is the most romantic and tragic thing I have ever seen. I am so invested in these two. They have to find their way back to each other. They just have to. Okay, I need to go drink a glass of water and calm down because my heart rate is way too high for a Wednesday night. This show is literally taking years off my life, but I cannot stop watching. I will be glued to my screen tomorrow to see what happens next. Mark my words, this amnesia storyline is going to be the most dramatic thing of the year. I'm done. I literally cannot say anything else. See you guys next time.